cherry blossom viewing season is arriving soon. In Tokyo, you can enjoy different kinds of cherry blossoms every year from late March to early April. There's so many places to check out, but don't worry, here are 11 recommended cherry blossom viewing spots in Tokyo, from famous places that are crowded with many tourists to hidden spots where you can enjoy the cherry blossoms quietly. Without further ado, let's dive right in and check out these 11 places. First up on the list, we've got Meguro River. The Meguro River is about 7 kilometers and it flows into Tokyo Bay via Meguro Ward and Shinagawa Ward. Approximately 800 Yoshino cherry trees are planted along the river, which stretches for about 4 kilometers. A lot of cherry blossom viewing visitors come here in search for beautiful spring scenery, but the busiest area is near Nakameguro Station on the Tokyo Toroko line and the Tokyo Metro Hibiya line. During the peak sakura season, besides the standard yakisoba and takoyaki, a lot of stores also serve wine and champagne. If you want to enjoy the cherry blossoms and food slowly, I'd recommend checking out some of the restaurants and cafes along the river. You should definitely make a reservation, especially if you want to sit next to the popular window seats. During the cherry blossom season, a section of about 700 meters from the Tenjin-bashi in Aobadai Meguro-ku to the Horai-bashi in Kami-Meguro completely light up. You can enjoy cherry blossoms at night. The cherry blossoms in full bloom in the night sky have a fantastic atmosphere. The lanterns on both banks of the river are also really beautiful. If you want to avoid the crowd and enjoy a walk, I'd recommend you take the wide river downstream towards Meguro Station. This area is well maintained, and because most people tend to be crowded around Nakameguro Station area, you can definitely check out the cherry blossoms here quietly and more peacefully. Another way to enjoy cherry blossoms of the Meguro River is by taking the Meguro River Cherry Blossoms viewing cruise. You can enjoy a 17-minute round trip from Kenozu Pier to the Meguro River. Next up on the list, we've got Chidorigafuchi Ryokudo. About 260 cherry trees like Some Yoshino and Oshima cherry trees are planted here. It stretches for about 700 meters along the Chidorigafuchi on the west side of the Imperial Palace. Here, cherry blossoms are piled up overhead as if you're walking through a pink tunnel. It's recommended to take a 2 to 3 person rowing boat and enjoy the view of the cherry blossoms that hang down near the surface of the mount from the water. The branches that hang downward make it seem as if you're surrounded by pink clouds. During the Chiyoda Sakura Festival, held from late March to early April, the night cherry blossoms will be lit up and the whole entire area is open at night. The look of the illuminated cherry blossoms reflected on the surface is fascinating. After enjoying the day view of the area, why not go back and enjoy the atmosphere during the evening? Then we've got Shinjuku Gyoen. Shinjuku Gyoen overlooks the skyscrapers of Shinjuku beyond the beautifully maintained huge garden. The large space of about 60 hectares has unique gardens like the English landscape garden, a French garden, and a Japanese garden. Each place welcomes visitors with beautiful scenery in each season. There is also a spectacular greenhouse with a lot of different types of tropical flowers. On top of the early blooming sakura trees, there are about 65 species and 1,000 cherry trees like Some Yoshino and Kasumi-zakura. You can enjoy the cherry blossoms from mid-February to late April. A great time to come is in mid-April when Ichio, the representative variety of Yaezakura in Shinjuku Gyoen, is in full bloom. There are also a lot of spacious lawns around here so you can spread out and relax under the trees. Okay, next up on the list, we've got Ueno Onshi Park. Ueno Onshi Park is crowded with a lot of cherry blossom viewing visitors every year, and it's famous for the cherry blossoms that represent Tokyo. You can enjoy 800 cherry blossoms of about 50 species like the Yoshino cherry blossoms and Oshima cherry blossoms. The Ueno Sakura Festival is held from late March to early April. During this period, a lot of different decorations are set up and there's also light up at night. In the large garden, there's the Ueno Zoo, which is popular for their cute pandas, as well as a lot of different museums. So if you come here to check out the cherry blossoms, make sure to spend some time and check out the other sites here as well. Okay, next on the list, we've got Yasukuni Shrine. This shrine has about 500 cherry trees like Yoshino cherry trees and wild cherry trees that warmly welcome visitors. The cherry blossoms that bloom in front of the Torii Gate and the hall of worship are beautiful. It's a perfect place to feel the joy of spring. There's also a tree here that's called the Sampo Cherry Tree of Tokyo. It's being carefully observed, and once it begins to bloom, Tokyo announces that cherry blossoms have officially started to bloom. Plus, during this time, the shrine's entrance has temporary food stalls that offer all kinds of Japanese food. When the cherry blossoms bloom, the dedication Yasukuni Shrine Night's Cherry Blossom No is held. It is set in the No Theater, which has had this tradition for more than 130 years. It's a fantastic way to spend an elegant night while enjoying this traditional Japanese art performing by different artists. Then we've got Inokashira Park. It is one of the leading cherry blossom viewing spots in Tokyo and has been selected as one of the 100 best cherry blossom spots in Japan. There are about 500 different types of cherry blossom trees, but the highlight is probably the 250 cherry trees surrounding the Inokashira pond. The view from the bridge here built in the center of the pond is popular. Plus, the appearance of the cherry blossoms with branches extending close to the surface of the water and covering the area around the pond is really beautiful. Inokashira Park does not light up like the others, but you can enjoy watching the cherry blossoms at night with the street lights in the park. This brings a mysterious atmosphere to the space. The next place for you is Sumida. The Sumida River runs between Taito Ward and Sumida Ward. Around 850 beautiful cherry blossom trees are decorated on both sides of the river. The Taito Ward side is popular with cherry blossom viewing visitors because you can enjoy a spectacular view of the Tokyo Skytree and the cherry blossoms together. You can take a walk around the area looking for the perfect photo shoot spot. At Sumida Park, which stretches along the Sumida River, the Sumida Park Sakura Festival is held from late March to early April. When the sun goes down, the cherry blossom trees are lit up so you can enjoy the fantastic night cherry blossoms. Another great place to go is Dikugian. Dikugian is a daimyo garden that represents the Edo period and is about a 7-minute walk away from JR Komagome Station. The weeping cherry trees in the daimyo garden are lit up for the spring tradition. It's scheduled to be held from late March to early April. The weeping cherry blossoms, which are about 15 meters high and about 20 meters wide, are really impressive. During the light up period, Sakura Chaya, where you can enjoy light meals, and the Matcha Chaya, where you can enjoy matcha and Japanese sweets, are also open until 8 p.m. and they usually close around 4:45 p.m. Make sure to enjoy the cherry blossom viewing in the fantastic night garden. Then we've got Showa Kinan Park. Showa Kinan Park has about 1,500 cherry blossoms of about 30 different types. The park is really big, and even though it's super popular, you can still enjoy it calmly without worrying about the people around you. Sakura no En is a place where you can enjoy about 200 cherry blossoms. In the center, there's a big Yoshino cherry tree and you can lay down a sheet under it. After relaxing, it's also recommended to take a walk while looking at the cherry blossom trees along the river here. You can also ride a bicycle along the cycling road. From the end of March to the end of May every year, the flower festival is held. Cherry blossoms, tulips, poppies, and different flowers are blooming here, making the park even more gorgeous. You can truly feel the arrival of spring and the different colors here. Next on the list, we've got Asukayama Park. Asukayama Park has been popular as a cherry blossom viewing spot since the Edo period. Apparently, about 300 years ago, around 1,200 wild cherry trees were planted here. Around 600 cherry trees like Yoshino cherry trees and Sato Zakura are planted in the current park. When the cherry blossoms are in full bloom, a festival is held here, and at night during the cherry blossom season, the bonbori lights up. Plus, you can enjoy watching the cherry blossoms at night. Another great place for you to visit is Roppongi Hills. The cherry blossoms at Roppongi Hills are popular because they're a bit different from the spots introduced so far. The collaboration between the skyscrapers and the cherry blossom is a beautiful duo and unique to the city. You can enjoy the 238 meters high Roppongi Hills Mori Tower behind the cherry blossom trees. Plus, at the Japanese garden Mori Garden and the Roppongi Sakurazaka, which extends for about 400 meters, a total of about 90 Somei Yoshino are lit up. During the Roppongi Hills Spring Festival held in early April, you can also enjoy different attractions like food stalls, music and entertainment performances. So there you have it, all the best places to view the cherry blossoms in Tokyo. Make sure to refer to this list for extra ideas and fun activities to do while you take in the cherry blossoms this spring. If you want to find out some more spring things to do and enjoy the cherry blossoms, make sure to check out this video right over here or more videos in the description box down below. We've got more videos about Japan travel, life in Japan, moving to Japan, Japanese culture, and more coming your way, so make sure to subscribe and press the bell notification. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.